Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jahliali in this incarnation. Today I'm here to talk about the illusion of separation one more time because I've got other videos talking about this. And Saturn in Pisces, but this video is timeless. I mean, this is independent from the transit of Saturn in this sign. So illusion of separation happens when we are attaching and identifying ourselves with our own identity. I mean, when we are locking ourselves in this identity, we are creating this experience of separation with everything. And although this is an illusion, this brings a lot of suffering and pain. So this separation is totally mental. This is given through our beliefs. The beliefs are the thoughts that we are sustaining every day. Many of them are very negative. They are ancestral patterns. And the separation is also given through the judgments that we are doing on ourselves and on the things that seem to be on the external. So something that is true is that this plane has limits. I mean, these limits have a structural function here, but this doesn't mean that we cannot transcend this one day. I mean that the limits can actually change in this same plane. But coming back to the here and now, it is true that we all incarnate in different identities and different bodies. In fact, Saturn is the regent of the skin. The skin is this barrier that contains our body, and these bodies actually makes us feel different and separated, and that's what the mind perceives. But the higher dimensions of our soul know very well that all of what is conformed in here comes from the same energy. So in other videos I explained how Saturn in its transits is a planet that comes to give lessons of maturity. It is showing the fruits that we are collecting from actions that we pulsated in the past. That is actually karma. So in this position, it is showing how we should develop internal maturity in order to actually connect with unity. Unity is Pisces. So it is showing the importance to learn to connect with this aspect inside of ourselves. And many times are the experiences of great separation the ones that take us to the recognition of our connection with the infinite energy or universe or God or whatever you want to call it. So through this, that the individual path is different for everyone, but for most of the people that are in consciousness, that are aware of their spiritual path, because everyone is in a spiritual path, well, we come and go, you know. Many times we are not feeling this separation, but many times we are, usually in moments of challenges. So we are transiting those moments in order to recognize them and transcend it. And what many people call illumination is actually the permanent connection with this infinite consciousness, you know, is the recognition of this connection in a permanent way. So with Saturn in Pisces, paradoxically, what is telling us is that we should put limits to everything that actually is restricting this connection with unity. I'm going to put an example just to clarify this. I mean, those activities or those behaviors, we many times start with an intention of running of ourselves, of escapism. Well, we should put a limit on that. And on the other hand, we should develop or learn about the spiritual connection that we can achieve in every ordinary action of the daily life. You know, meditate in the top of the mountain. It's not the only way to achieve a spiritual connection inside of ourselves. This is what Saturn in Pisces is telling us. And that also internal maturity is about to be opened every time to new perceptions, because if we are closing ourselves, we are closing ourselves in this identity and we are preventing the entrance of light. So again, this is not about eliminating our identity. because we are here to express ourselves through it, but it is about work in the limitations of this identity and to do this detachment labor. And I think that detachment is a profound act of integration. I mean, this is not about denying experiences or avoiding emotions or anything of that. It's actually to allow that these things can transit through ourselves and let go. This is about allowing the temporary nature of everything without judgment. You know, this is a great practice. I feel myself very imperfect with this. But I think that the more we practice this, the more in touch we are with our own essence. And so we can see that essence on the outside also, because the external is the internal and vice versa. And I'm going to put an example about this, because when someone can attack us, can act from their conditioning patterns and, for example, give us a destructive critic, we'll have this tendency to feel attacked and to defend ourselves. But if we can see through the masks, we have to see through our masks first, then we are going to be able to see that behind that pattern that person is projecting on us, there is a wound. And behind the wound, there is light, because light is behind everything. We are all made of light, but we are in different processes and we have different shells of the ego. So this is not about allowing abuses, but this is about working inside of ourselves with what is happening on the outside. So I think that Saturn in Pisces is teaching us how to see with more love through the limits of the matter. And this is something very challenging at many parts of the process, because when we are attaching ourselves to our identity, what could happen on the outside that is not coinciding with our expectations, that thing turn in a destructive force from which we feel we need to defend or to protect ourselves. But it's the contrary, actually, because the more that we let go, the more that we surrender to the process, then obstacles dissolve by themselves, because we are not giving to them energetic food. So I just wanted to leave this reflection today. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.